This is Quest for Christ, part 1 of a 4-part series called Quest for Christ. You may start your recorder now, as this is a study guide. We will be studying from the King James Version. We will look at the Father's presence during the day of the Lord. Amos 5:17, I will pass through thee. Amos 5:17, and in all vineyards shall be wailing, for I will pass through thee, saith the Lord. Zechariah 14:7, one day which shall be known to the Lord. Zechariah 14:7, but it shall be one day which shall be known to the Lord, not day nor night, but it shall come to pass that at evening time it shall be light. Matthew 24:36, but my Father only. Matthew 24:36, but of that day and hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only. Mark 13:32, but the Father. Mark 13:32, but of that day and that hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels which are in heaven, neither the Son, but the Father. Acts 1:7, Father hath put in his own power. Acts 1:7, and he said unto them, it is not for you to know the times or the seasons which the Father hath put in his own power. Matthew 18:10, the face of my Father. Matthew 18:10, take heed that ye despise not one of these little ones. For I say unto you, that in heaven their angels do always behold the face of my Father which is in heaven. Matthew 12:50, Father which is in heaven. Matthew 12:50, for whosoever shall do the will of my Father which is in heaven, the same is my brother and sister and mother. Cometh out of his place, Isaiah 26:21. Isaiah 26:21, for behold, the Lord cometh out of his place to punish the inhabitants of the earth for their iniquity. The earth also shall disclose her blood, and shall no more cover her slain. Micah 1:3, for behold, the Lord cometh forth out of his place, and will come down and tread upon the high places of the earth. Micah 1:3, for behold, the Lord cometh forth out of his place, and will come down and tread upon the high places of the earth. So in a day known only to him, the Lord will come down out of his place, which is in heaven, and he will have a face. He has a face, the face of the Father, and he will come down out of his place, which is in heaven, in a day known only to him, and he will pass through the vineyards, and he will tread upon the high places of the earth. We will continue studying the Father's presence during the day of the Lord. Daniel 7:9, Ancient of Days did sit. Daniel 7:9, I beheld till the thrones were cast down, and the Ancient of Days did sit. whose garment was white as snow, and the hair of his head like the pure wool. His throne was like the fiery flame, and his wheels as burning fire. Daniel 7:13 came to the Ancient of Days. Daniel 7:13 I saw in the night visions, and behold, one like the Son of Man came with the clouds of heaven, and came to the Ancient of Days, and they brought him near before him. So in a day known only to him, he will come down out of his place, which is in heaven, and he'll have a face, the face of the Father, and he will tread upon the high places of the earth, and his wheels are as burning fire. Daniel 7:22 Ancient of Days came. Daniel 7:22 Until the Ancient of Days came, and judgment was given to the saints of the Most High, and the time came that the saints possessed the kingdom. Revelation 6:16 Face of him that sitteth on the throne. Revelation 6:16 And said to the mountains and rocks, Fall on us, and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne, and from the wrath of the Lamb. So in the day of the Lord, the Father will come forth out of his place, pass through the vineyards, in a day known only to him, and he has a face, the face of the Father, and it's the face of him that sitteth on the throne. The Ancient of Days did sit upon the throne, and Revelation 5:13 sitteth upon the throne. Revelation 5:13 And every creature which is in heaven, and on the earth, and under the earth, and such are as are in the sea, and all that are in them, heard I saying, Blessing and honor and glory and power be unto him that sitteth upon the throne, and unto the Lamb forever and ever. So the Father, the Ancient of Days, sits upon the throne, and he will be present during the day of the Lord. He will come in a day known only to him, and it will pass through the vineyards. Revelation 12:5 Caught up unto God and to his throne. Revelation 12:5 And she brought forth a man-child, who was to rule all nations with a rod of iron, and her child was caught up unto God and to his throne. So, the Son of Man, which will be born again during the day of the Lord, the Son of Man will be caught up unto God and to his throne. And the Father has a presence during the day of the Lord.